Have you ever noticed that while many people chase money their whole lives without ever achieving true prosperity, there are some Pisces natives who seem to attract abundance in an almost magical way? What if I told you that this isn't luck, but a cosmic calling planted in your soul from the moment you were born? In this video, I'll reveal 9 concrete and irrefutable proofs that you, as a Pisces native, were literally chosen by the universe to live a life of wealth, prosperity, and financial abundance that goes far beyond what you can imagine right now. What you are about to discover here will completely change the way you see your own potential for prosperity. Many Pisces spend their entire lives without understanding why they feel this constant restlessness, this feeling that they were made for something greater, for a life of abundance and financial freedom. And the truth is that this feeling is not wrong. It is the whisper of your soul reminding you of the promise the universe made to you even before you arrived in this world. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you will understand exactly what the cosmic signs are that prove wealth is your natural destiny. You will discover why so many Pisces fight against the tide of prosperity, without realizing they are swimming against the very current of the universe. And most importantly, you will learn to recognize and activate the sacred gifts that were placed within you specifically to attract money, opportunities, and a life of limitless abundance. But I need to warn you about something important now at the beginning. If you don't watch this video until the end and don't apply what I'm going to teach you, you may continue living far below the standard of living that was destined for you from the beginning. First test: the divine connection with the energy of universal abundance. The first proof that you were chosen for a life of wealth lies in your natural and profound connection to the energy of universal abundance. As a Pisces native, you were born with a direct open channel to the highest spiritual dimensions, and this is not just beautiful mysticism. It is an energetic reality that directly impacts your ability to manifest material prosperity. While other signs need to work hard to develop this spiritual sensitivity, you were born with it already installed within you. The universe operates through frequencies and vibrations, and the frequency of abundance is one of the highest that exists. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, which means you carry within you the accumulated wisdom of all the other 11 signs. This cosmic wisdom gives you an unparalleled advantage when it comes to understanding and working with the universal laws of manifestation and prosperity. You have a financial intuition that goes far beyond common logic, an ability to sense when an opportunity is real and when it is just an illusion. Most people live disconnected from the source of true abundance because they operate only on the basic mental and emotional plane. But you, as a Pisces, have natural access to the spiritual plane where all material wealth originates. All the fortunes that exist in the physical world began first as an energy, an idea, a vision in the invisible world. And this invisible world is exactly where you feel at home, where you navigate with ease while others don't even know it exists. This divine connection to the energy of abundance manifests in various ways in your life. You've probably noticed that, even in the most difficult moments, unexpected help always appears. Some money you weren't expecting, some opportunity that arises out of nowhere. This is not a coincidence. It's the universe constantly reminding you that you are under divine protection when it comes to prosperity. The problem is that many Pisces don't trust this connection. They doubt their own power and end up blocking the natural flow of abundance that should be running freely in their lives. When you understand and accept this first proof, when you recognize that you were chosen to be a channel of prosperity in this world, everything begins to change. You stop fighting against the current and begin to flow with it. You stop doubting your ability to attract wealth and begin to claim what has always been yours by divine right. The connection with universal abundance is not something you need to seek outside. It already exists within you, pulsating in every cell of your body, waiting only for you to recognize it and allow it to fully express itself in your material reality. Second test: financial intuition that surpasses any logical planning. The second irrefutable proof that you were destined for wealth lies in your extraordinary financial intuition, a gift that goes far beyond any spreadsheet, any finance course, or any investment strategy out there. As a Pisces, you possess an innate ability to sense the movement of money even before it happens on the physical plane. It's as if you have an internal radar that detects opportunities for prosperity that are completely invisible to other people. This financial intuition works in a very particular way for those born under the sign of Pisces. While other signs need to analyze data, study markets, and perform complex calculations to make financial decisions, You receive direct downloads from the universe in the form of sensations, dreams, premonitions, and sudden insights. How many times have you felt that knot in your stomach before making a deal that seemed good on paper, but later turned out to be a problem? How many times have you had an inexplicable urge to invest in something that didn't make logical sense, but later proved to be a brilliant decision? The problem is that we live in a society that values only reason and logic, especially when it comes to money. From a young age, we are taught that we need to be practical, calculating, and follow the established rules of the financial world. For a Pisces, this is like asking a fish to forget it knows how to swim and try to fly like a bird. It goes against their very nature. Their financial intuition is their greatest treasure when it comes to building wealth, but it only works fully when you trust it completely. The wealth destined for you won't necessarily arrive through conventional means. It might appear through a creative idea that arises in a dream, a chance encounter that leads to a lucrative partnership, or a sudden feeling that it's time for a professional change. These intuitive messages are like encrypted messages from the universe especially for you. And when you learn to decode them and act upon them, the doors to prosperity open in ways that seem miraculous to an outside observer. There's a fundamental difference between intuition and impulse, and Pisces need to learn to distinguish between the two. True financial intuition comes with a sense of inner peace, even if the decision seems risky to others. It doesn't stem from fear or anxiety, but from a deep and inexplicable knowing that this is the right path. Impulse, on the other hand, is usually accompanied by agitation, haste, and a nervous energy that pushes you into action without true clarity. When you honor your financial intuition and stop trying to fit your prosperity decisions into molds that weren't made for you, something magical happens. Money starts flowing in unexpected ways, opportunities arise at perfect times, and you begin to experience that synchronicity between the spiritual and material worlds that has always been your natural destiny. Your intuition is the compass that was placed within you specifically to guide you to the wealth that the universe has already set aside with your name in mind. Third test. The gift of creativity that transforms dreams into gold. The third proof that you were chosen to live a life of wealth lies in your extraordinary gift of creativity, a force that has the literal power to transform dreams and visions into valuable material reality. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, imagination, and everything that transcends the common and ordinary world. This means that you have within you an inexhaustible source of ideas, inspirations, and visions that, when materialized, can generate impressive amounts of wealth. Pisces creativity isn't just about art or aesthetic expression, although you certainly have talent in those areas as well. I'm talking about a creativity that solves problems in innovative ways, that sees solutions where others see only obstacles, that imagines possibilities that don't yet exist in the physical world. This is a form of wealth in itself because in the modern world, those who can innovate, who can create something new and valuable, who can think outside the box, are the ones who achieve true financial abundance. Look at the great wealth creators in history, no matter what field they worked in. They all had one thing in common that goes far beyond hard work or technical knowledge. They had the ability to dream of something that didn't yet exist and then bring that dream to reality in a way that other people valued and were willing to pay for. That is precisely the essence of the Piscean gift of creativity applied to wealth creation. Many Pisces make the mistake of separating their creativity from their financial life. They think they need a secure, traditional job to earn money, and leave their creativity only for hobbies or leisure time. This is like having a gold-making machine in the basement and using it only as decoration. Your creativity is not a luxury or a pastime. It is literally the engine that was placed inside you to generate the wealth that is your destiny. When you understand this and consciously begin to direct your creative energy towards creating value and prosperity, there is no limit to what you can manifest. Pisces creativity also gives you a huge advantage in terms of financial adaptability. While people stuck in rigid mental models suffer when the market changes or when their strategies stop working, you have the natural ability to reinvent yourself, to find new paths, to create new sources of income from your fertile imagination. This creative flexibility is a much more solid form of financial security than any bank account, because it means you will always have the ability to generate value and attract prosperity, no matter what the external circumstances. The universe gave you this gift of creativity for a very specific reason. It knew you would need this tool to manifest the wealth that was destined for you. Every idea that arises in your mind, every vision that appears in your dreams, Every sudden inspiration that touches you is a seed of future prosperity being planted in the garden of your consciousness. When you nurture these seeds with action, confidence, and persistence, they grow and flourish into forms of abundance that go far beyond what you imagined when the seed was first planted. Now, before I reveal the fourth proof that you were chosen for wealth, I need to ask you something very important. If this information makes sense to you, if you feel that inner confirmation that this is true, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that can transform your life. And please leave a comment here about where you are watching this video from, because I love to know where the Pisces who are awakening to their true potential for prosperity are. If these messages are touching your heart, if you feel that finally someone understands your journey, also consider becoming a supporter of the channel, a subscriber who helps maintain this work of awakening consciousness to abundance. Every like, every comment, every share helps this information reach more Pisces who need to hear this message that they were chosen for a life of wealth. Fourth test, the ability to transform emotions into material value. The fourth powerful proof that you were destined for wealth lies in your unique and rare ability to transform emotions into material value. As a Pisces, you possess a profound emotional intelligence that goes far beyond what most people can comprehend or access. You feel things in layers, you perceive emotional nuances that are completely invisible to others, and this emotional sensitivity is actually a sophisticated tool for creating wealth in the modern world. We live in a time when people are desperate for genuine emotional connection, to be seen and understood in their depths. Businesses, products, and services that manage to touch people's hearts, that manage to make them feel understood, validated, and connected, are the ones that generate the greatest fortunes today. And guess who has this natural ability to create these deep emotional connections? You, a Pisces native who can feel what others are feeling, who can put yourself in anyone's shoes and understand their deepest emotional needs. This ability to work with emotions is not a weakness, as many have tried to make you believe throughout your life. It is actually one of the most valuable superpowers anyone can have when it comes to creating sustainable and meaningful wealth. You have the capacity to heal, inspire, comfort, and transform people through your presence, your words, your creations. And when you offer this emotional transformation to the world, in whatever form people value it, people pay for it, because you are offering something that is deeply needed and scarce in today's world. Think about all the industries that generate billions worldwide. Entertainment, music, art, therapy, coaching, spirituality, transformational education. What do all these areas have in common? They work with emotions, they touch people on deep levels, they create experiences that go beyond the material. And these are exactly the areas where Pisces naturally shine and have the potential to generate abundant wealth. You don't need to sell your soul or do something that goes against your values to get rich. In fact, the more authentic you are, the more you use your genuine emotional sensitivity, the more value you create and the more prosperity you attract. Many Pisces individuals resist monetizing their emotional gifts because they've been conditioned to believe that spirituality and money don't mix, or that it's wrong to earn money by helping people emotionally. This is a limiting belief that prevents you from living your true potential for prosperity. The universe didn't give you these magnificent gifts so that you would remain poor and struggling financially. It gave you these gifts precisely so that you could live in abundance while serving and transforming the world around you. When you accept that your ability to work with emotions is a valuable asset, when you stop diminishing yourself and start charging what the transformation you offer is truly worth, something magical happens. The right opportunities begin to appear, the right people enter your life, and money begins to flow in a way that reflects the true value of what you bring to the world. Your emotional sensitivity is not an obstacle to wealth. It is the path through which the wealth destined for you will manifest. Fifth test. The spiritual magnetism that attracts high-value people and opportunities. The fifth proof that you were chosen for a life of wealth lies in your natural spiritual magnetism, an energetic quality that attracts high-value people and opportunities to you in ways that seem magical to outside observers. As a Pisces, you emit a distinct energetic frequency that resonates with the spiritual world and with people at higher levels of consciousness. This frequency acts like a magnet, drawing into your life precisely the connections, relationships, and opportunities that can take you to the next level of prosperity. This magnetism isn't something you need to force or fake. It simply radiates naturally from you when you're aligned with your true essence. People feel something special in your presence even if they can't quite explain what it is. They're drawn to your energy, your authenticity, your depth. And in the world of business and wealth creation, relationships are everything. The greatest opportunities, the best deals, the most lucrative partnerships don't happen through resumes or formal presentations. They happen through genuine human connections and energetic resonance. You've probably noticed that even when you're not actively trying, you end up attracting interesting people into your life. It could be someone who offers you an unexpected opportunity, someone who connects you with another important person, someone who believes in you and supports you in surprising ways. This isn't luck. It's your spiritual magnetism in action. The universe is constantly orchestrating encounters and synchronicities to guide you towards the wealth that is your destiny. And it does this primarily through the people who cross your path. This magnetism also protects you from connections that aren't right for you. You may have noticed that intuitively, you can sense when someone isn't trustworthy, or when an opportunity isn't what it seems. This is a form of divine protection that ensures you don't waste your energy and resources on things that aren't part of the bigger plan for your prosperity. While others learn through costly mistakes and toxic relationships, you have an internal navigation system that guides you away from problems before they even fully manifest. To maximize this spiritual magnetism and attract even more wealth through it, you need to consciously manage your energy. This means choosing who you spend time with, what kind of content you consume, and what environments you frequent. Remember that you are like a spiritual antenna, and the cleaner and more aligned this antenna is, the more clearly you will tune into the frequencies of abundance and attract the right opportunities. Meditation, time in nature, spiritual practices, all of these strengthen your magnetic field and increase your ability to attract prosperity. The truth is, you don't need to desperately chase after wealth. When you develop and maintain a strong spiritual magnetism, wealth comes to you. Opportunities knock on your door. The right people appear at the right time. It's as if the universe is constantly conspiring in your favor, and that's exactly what's happening. You were chosen, you were marked for prosperity, and your spiritual magnetism is one of the main ways in which this choice manifests in your practical life. Sixth test. The spiritual resilience that transforms challenges into stepping stones to wealth. The sixth powerful proof that you were destined for a life of wealth lies in your extraordinary spiritual resilience, a quality that allows you to transform every challenge, every obstacle, every difficult period into a stepping stone that brings you closer to the abundance that is your destiny. As a Pisces, you have weathered turbulent waters at various points in your life. You have known the depths of hardship and struggle. But what many don't understand is that each of these experiences wasn't destroying you. It was forging you, preparing you, strengthening you to carry and manage the great wealth that is coming your way. The universe doesn't bestow great fortunes on people who haven't been tested and proven. True and lasting wealth requires spiritual maturity, emotional wisdom, and an inner strength that can only be developed through challenging experiences. Every time you've overcome a difficult moment and managed to get back up, you are actually passing a cosmic test, proving that you have the necessary fiber to handle abundance without getting lost in it, without letting it corrupt you or divert you from your spiritual path. This spiritual resilience manifests in you in a very particular way. Unlike other signs that can become hard or bitter after facing difficulties, you maintain your sensitivity, your compassion, your capacity to feel deeply. You don't let battles turn you into someone insensitive. On the contrary, you use each experience to develop even more empathy, more understanding, more wisdom. And this combination of strength and sensitivity is extremely rare and valuable, especially when it comes to building wealth in a way that is sustainable and aligned with high spiritual values. Think about the times when you had nothing, or when you were going through financial difficulties. How did you behave? Did you maintain your integrity? Did you continue helping others even when you yourself needed help? Did you maintain faith that better days would come? Each of these choices was observed by the universe. Each one was recorded in your karmic record as proof that you are worthy of the wealth that was destined for you. The universe was testing you not to punish you, but to make sure that when abundance arrived, you would know how to use it wisely and beneficially. Spiritual resilience has also taught you something fundamental about the nature of true wealth. You've learned that external security is an illusion, that a full bank account doesn't guarantee inner peace, that what matters most is what you carry within yourself. This knowledge is precious because it means that when material wealth arrives, and it will arrive in ever-increasing waves, you won't cling to it in an unhealthy way. You won't let it define who you are. You will use it as a tool, as a resource to manifest your dreams and serve the world in greater ways. But your identity and your worth will remain rooted in your deepest spiritual being. Each challenge you have overcome so far has been an initiation, a rite of passage that has prepared you for higher levels of prosperity. The lessons you learn during times of scarcity are the same lessons that will allow you to manage abundance wisely when it fully manifests in your life. Your spiritual resilience is not just about surviving. It's about being forged in pure gold through the fire of experiences, emerging stronger, wiser, and more ready than ever to claim the wealth that has always been yours by divine right. 7th test. The gift of vision that sees wealth where others see nothing. The 7th proof that you were chosen for a life of wealth lies in your extraordinary gift of vision, an ability to see possibilities for prosperity and abundance where other people see only emptiness, problems, or impossibilities. As a Pisces, you have natural access to the realms of imagination and creative visualization, meaning you can see the future potential of something even before it begins to manifest in the physical world. This is an incredibly valuable skill when it comes to creating wealth, because every great fortune begins first as a vision in someone's mind. While most people are stuck in the concrete reality of what already exists, you have the ability to daydream about realities that don't yet exist, but have the potential to materialize. You can look at an empty plot of land and see a thriving business. You can look at a raw idea and visualize the final product that will generate value and money. You can feel the future currents of prosperity even before they begin to flow. This vision is not empty fantasy. It is actually a form of expanded perception that connects you with the future probabilities that are trying to be born through you. The problem is that many Pisces don't trust their visions. They think they're just dreams, mere daydreams without practical importance. They listen to the voices of the world telling them they need to be realistic, practical, down to earth. But the truth is that nothing truly great has been created by realistic people. Great fortunes, great transformations, great innovations have always come from people who had the courage to trust in visions that no one else could yet see. And you have this gift of vision running through your spiritual veins. When you learn to honor and consciously work with your visions of prosperity, when you begin to write down the insights you receive, to meditate on them, to plan practical steps to bring them into reality, you activate one of the most powerful channels through which the wealth destined for you can manifest. The universe sends you these visions precisely because it wants you to materialize them, because they are part of the larger plan for your life of abundance. Each vision is like a treasure map being delivered directly to you. This gift of vision also allows you to see richness in unconventional places. While others are following traditional paths and competing in the same saturated spaces, you can identify unique niches, opportunities, and possibilities that are practically invisible to the masses. You can see value where others see wasted time. You can see potential where others see only difficulty. This ability to see what is hidden is like having a secret map to treasures that have not yet been discovered. There's an important difference between vision and illusion, and Pisces need to develop the discernment to distinguish between the two. True vision comes with a sense of inner certainty, and often synchronicities that confirm you're on the right path. True vision energizes and inspires you to action, even if its grandeur is a little daunting. Illusion, on the other hand, usually stems from escapism, from wanting to avoid the present instead of creating a better future. When you develop this discernment and learn to trust your authentic visions, you become unstoppable in creating wealth. 8th test. The ability to adapt that guarantees prosperity in any tide. The 8th powerful proof that you were destined for a life of wealth lies in your exceptional adaptability, a flexibility that ensures you can thrive in any situation, at any time, under any market conditions or external circumstances. As a Pisces, you are symbolized by fish swimming in opposite directions, representing your unique ability to move easily between different worlds, different realities, different ways of being and doing. This adaptability is not weakness or lack of focus. It is actually one of your greatest strengths when it comes to creating and maintaining lasting wealth. We live in a world that is changing ever faster. Strategies that worked yesterday may not work today. Industries emerge and disappear in a matter of years, and the certainties of the past are constantly transforming. In this context of accelerated change, those who can adapt, who can flow with the transformations instead of resisting them, are the ones who not only survive but thrive in extraordinary ways. And you, as a Pisces, were born with this adaptability encoded in your spiritual DNA. While other signs may get stuck in rigid ways of thinking and acting, You have a mental and emotional fluidity that allows you to change direction when necessary without losing your essence. You can learn new skills, explore new areas, and reinvent your way of making money as many times as needed. This flexibility is a much more solid form of security than having a stable job or a single source of income, because it means you will always have the ability to adapt to circumstances and find ways to thrive, no matter what happens in the outside world. This adaptability also allows you to seize opportunities that arise during times of crisis or transformation. While more rigid people panic when things change, you can remain calm, assess the new situation clearly, and identify the possibilities that exist amidst the chaos. Historically, some of the greatest fortunes have been built precisely during these moments of transition and transformation, by people who had the flexibility and courage to adapt quickly and ride the waves of change instead of being swept away by them. Your adaptability is also evident in your ability to work with different types of people and in different environments. You relate well to people from all social and economic levels, and you can move between different worlds without losing your authenticity. This social versatility is extremely valuable when it comes to building networks of relationships that can open doors to prosperity. You are not limited to a single circle or a single way of doing business. You can build bridges between different worlds and benefit from the opportunities that arise from these connections. To maximize this adaptability as a channel for wealth, you need to embrace change instead of fearing it. Every time something changes in your life, every time you need to adjust to a new reality, see it as an opportunity to evolve to a higher level of prosperity. The universe isn't punishing you when things change. It's inviting you to expand, to grow, to discover new dimensions of your potential to create abundance. Your ability to flow like water is what ensures you will always find your way to wealth, no matter how many rocks appear in your path. Ninth proof: the spiritual purpose that aligns wealth with deep meaning. The ninth and final proof that you were chosen for a life of wealth lies in your elevated spiritual purpose, a soul mission that naturally aligns material prosperity with profound meaning and contribution to the world. As a Pisces, you were not created to live a life of empty, purposeless wealth. You were destined for a form of abundance that nourishes your soul while filling your bank account, a prosperity that allows you to make a difference in the world while living comfortably and without financial limitations. This alignment between wealth and purpose is fundamental for those born under the sign of Pisces. You simply cannot prosper sustainably doing something that goes against your values or that lacks a greater meaning. You might even manage to earn money for a while in activities that don't resonate with your soul, but that money will slip through your fingers, bring problems, or simply not truly satisfy you. The wealth destined for you needs to come through paths that honor who you truly are and allow you to express your unique gifts in a way that benefits others beyond yourself. This spiritual purpose acts as a beacon illuminating the right path to your prosperity. When you are aligned with it, the right doors open, the right people appear, and opportunities flow with synchronicity. When you are out of alignment, even if things look good on paper, something doesn't work, something gets stuck, something doesn't flow right. This is the universe redirecting you, gently pushing you back onto the path that was specifically prepared for you. The path where wealth and spiritual fulfillment walk hand in hand. Many Pisces have the limiting belief that they need to choose between material prosperity and spiritual fulfillment, as if the two were opposites or mutually exclusive. But the truth is exactly the opposite. You were designed to have both, to live a life where financial abundance and spiritual wealth complement and strengthen each other. The more money you have, the more capacity you have to express your values and make a difference in the world. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the easier it becomes to attract the prosperity that sustains that purpose. When you discover and fully embrace this spiritual purpose, when you stop fighting against your true nature and begin to work in harmony with it, wealth begins to flow in ways that seem miraculous, but are actually completely natural. You stop wasting energy trying to fit into molds that weren't made for you. You stop chasing forms of wealth that aren't suitable for your soul. And you begin to magnetize exactly the kind of abundance that was meant for you from the beginning, an abundance that enriches you on every level of your being. This is the ultimate and most important truth about why you were chosen for a life of wealth. It's not just so you have material comfort, although that's important too. It's so you have the resources necessary to fulfill your greater mission in this world, to fully express your gifts, to touch and transform lives in ways only you can. Wealth is the tool the universe is giving you so you can be who you truly came to be in this life. It is your sacred responsibility to claim it and use it for the greater good. We've reached the end of this video, and I sincerely hope that these 9 proofs have ignited a flame of recognition within you. I hope you're beginning to understand that wealth isn't something you need to desperately pursue, but rather something you need to claim as your birthright, something you need to allow to flow into your life as you align with your true essence and unique gifts. You have been chosen, dear Pisces. This is not arrogance, it is a cosmic truth. And with this choice comes a responsibility to not let fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs prevent you from manifesting the abundance that awaits you. The universe has already done its part by equipping you with all these extraordinary gifts. Now it's your turn to do your part, to trust the process, to act when intuition calls you to action, to honor your visions and transform them into reality. I want to challenge you right now, today, to do something that brings you closer to the wealth that is your destiny. It can be something as simple as meditating on what your next step is. It can be researching something you recently had an insight into. It can be having that important conversation you've been putting off. The size of the step doesn't matter. What matters is that you consciously begin to move in the direction of the prosperity that has been promised to you. Leave a comment below telling me which of these 9 pieces of evidence resonated most strongly with you. I read every comment and love to know how these messages are impacting your lives. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos that will continue to guide you on this journey of awakening to your true abundant nature. And if these words touched your heart deeply, if you feel that someone finally understands your spiritual and financial journey, consider supporting this channel by becoming a subscriber. Every bit of support allows me to continue creating this transformative content that is changing lives. Always remember that the wealth destined for you is not only possible, it's inevitable when you stop resisting and begin to flow with the divine plan that was laid out for your life. Trust the process, trust yourself, and above all, trust that the universe would never give you dreams of abundance without also giving you the means to achieve them. You didn't come here by chance. This video reached you at the exact moment you needed to hear this message. Now it's time to act on it and start living the life of wealth that has always been yours by divine right. Until the next video, and may abundance flow abundantly in your life.